program is brought to you with limited commercial interruption by Burger King.
Sympathetic nervous system edition.
If you don't watch The Voice after the Super Bowl this year, you probably don't have any friends.
Tonight on The Voice.
Welcome to The Voice. I'm Carson Daly. These are your coaches, Adam Levine, CeeLo Green, Christina Aguilera, and Blake Shelton. What a huge night tonight. For the very first time this season, we are live.
And tonight, we will be talking about the sympathetic nervous system. We're going to be learning about what it is, the location of it, the function, and the neurotransmitters involved. In the SNS, cell bodies of the sympathetic preganglionic neurons are in the lateral horn of the spinal cord gray matter. The system itself is often called the thoracolumbar outflow, and the efferent neurons of the system innervate the adrenal medulla, vasculature, sweat glands, erectors of hair cells, and the viscera. But I'm going to let our esteemed panel of celebrity judges discuss the 5 functions of this system, including regulation of body temperature, regulation of blood flow and skeletal muscle, sympathetic control of the head, regulation of the viscera, and the metabolism.
Alright, y'all, I'm Adam Levine, and I'm going to be the main host of The Voice today because, as you all know, I won last season. So everything I'm about to tell you today about the sympathetic nervous system, you can trust me. Anyways, the primary role of the sympathetic nervous system is to maintain optimal blood supply in the organs. Now, normally, moderate activity of the sympathetic system stimulates smooth muscles in the walls of the blood vessels, maintaining some contraction of the vessel walls. Generally, increasing sympathetic activity further constricts the vessels, and decreasing sympathetic activity allows vasodilation. The role of the sympathetic nervous system is often illustrated by describing the physiological responses to fear. When a person feels threatened, the sympathetic nervous system prepares for vigorous muscle activity, or fight or flight. Oh my God! So several things occur during this process. Increasing blood flow to active muscles, increasing blood glucose levels, dilating bronchioles and coronary arteries, increasing blood pressure, and increasing heart rate. Simultaneously, sympathetic firing reduces activity in the digestive system.
Actually, I'll be hosting The Voice. I'm a lot more majestic than Adam over there. So I'm going to talk about the regulation of blood flow in skeletal muscle. Blood pools in capacitance vessels in skeletal muscle when their walls are relaxed. Now what happens if blood pools in the abdomen and lower extremity and a person stands up, there's a drop in blood pressure. This drop in blood pressure doesn't allow a good enough supply for the brain. What happens? You pass out. This can be prevented by something called vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction of the vessels in the skeletal muscle occurs when norepinephrine binds with alpha adrenergic receptors in the walls.
Okay, so another function of the sympathetic nervous system is body temperature regulation. Sympathetic activity regulates body temperature by effects on metabolism and on effectors in the skin. Epinephrine released by the adrenal medulla increases the metabolic rate throughout the body. In the skin, sympathetic signals control the diameter of the blood vessels, secretion of the sweat glands, and erection of hairs. Sweating activated when acetylcholine binds with muscarinic receptors on sweat glands, helps to dissipate heat.
I'm Christina, and I'm going to talk heart rate when beta-1 androgenic receptors are activated in cardiac muscle, dilation of bronchial tree when beta-2 androgenetic receptors are activated in the respiratory tract. Receptor subtypes like beta-1 and beta-2 bind different drugs. Drugs that bind with receptors but do not activate the receptors are blockers. Drugs that activate receptors are agonists. Alpha blockers decrease high blood pressure by blocking action of norepinephrine on receptors in blood vessels, producing vasodilation. Beta-1 blockers decrease heart rate and contractility without affecting airways. Beta-2 agonists prevent constriction of the airways and are used to treat asthma. They are also associated with heart ischemia, congestive heart failure, arrhythmias, and sudden death. In the GI tract, signals from the sympathetic nervous system include contracting sphincters, decreased blood flow, peristalsis, secretions, and inhibiting contraction of the bladder and bowel walls. They also contract internal sphincters.
Howdy y'all, I'm Blake Shelton, the ACM Male Vocalist of the Year, and my wife Miranda won the Female Vocalist of the Year award, but more importantly we're here to talk about the sympathetic nervous system. And I'm going to be talking about metabolism. So, when the adrenal medulla in your body releases epinephrine, it stimulates metabolism in the body. This usually coincides with a generalized release of norepinephrine from the sympathetic postganglionic neuron. Therefore, epinephrine reinforces the effect of norepinephrine on most target organs. CeeLo, get your demon dog away from me!
Alright, now Kirk is going to demonstrate metabolism for us by going all Kobayashi on this chocolate syrup.
I'm so glad I have a fast metabolism.
Thank y'all for watching The Voice. Next week,
Why don't you stay down on my knees? I'm so tired of being lonely. Don't I give you what you need?
I'm so glad I have a fast metabolism. Pupillary dilator and upper eyelid muscle, and also the gland that secretes tears. I shouldn't have done that.
didn't work. What? Didn't work.
You are a real vocalist. You're a damn good vocalist.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much. I love you, Adam.
I love you too. Totally in a non-sexual way.
I can't say the same.